The best information I can give you is that the governor's been talking with Tom Cross, and they're scheduled to meet again Friday morning. So hopefully we'll get some resolve coming out of those discussions between Governor Quinn and Leader Cross.
Do you believe that a comprehensive bill can be considered by the House?
It has been already, because I filed a very comprehensive bill approved by the committee, but not called on the floor after I offered the sponsorship to Tom Cross at the end of the regular session. So that's on file. That's a record, covers all the systems and does everything we talked about.
What about this half solution? Do you support that?
Well, my view would be that the bill that was approved by the Senate, if enacted into law, it would solve 25% of the payment problem and 100% of the problem as it relates to people that work for the state of Illinois. So 25% of the annual payment problem would be solved by that bill, 100% of the problem which is caused by workers for the state of Illinois.
So is that something you should move forward, or?
Well, if you take those percentages, I think that's progress.
But Cross says that it's not,
I think he described that in the McKinney column as a non-starter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why even move ahead? Try to move ahead?
Well, you see, that's why I think it's important that the governor and Cross are talking, and hopefully something good can come out of that.
Is there any way that there could be 60 Democratic votes for the Cullerton proposal?
I wouldn't expect that. I don't think that's realistic.
How many Republican votes do you think need to be on this roll call?
Oh, I think there should be fair share. This is a very contentious issue, very complex, very difficult, and everybody should be involved in working on the problem, not looking for political excuses to avoid doing heavy lifting on a difficult issue.
Was it a mistake for the governor to have called this special session before there was a resolution?
Well, I think it's important to understand that the governor's talking to Tom Cross. That's good. That's progress. And hopefully on that Friday morning meeting there can be some resolution on this.
But given the political realities of what lies ahead in November, I mean, should anybody expect that anything is going to get done until November 6th?
If everybody wants to come here and solve a pension problem without regard to campaign considerations, political considerations, there could be progress.
But given how those political considerations are so large.
Well, this is America. This is America, right?
Do you seriously think, though,
anything
can be accomplished by Friday?
Oh, I'm optimistic because of these discussions between the governor and Tom Cross and the meeting set for Friday. That gives me hope, gives me some hope that we can get something done.
Where's the cost shift issue at in all of this then? It's not going to be brought up or dealt with Friday, presumably, right?
Well, you see, that's involved in these discussions between the governor and Leader Cross. That's all part of a comprehensive package. So when you use this word comprehensive, you're talking about whether people that spend money should pay the bill. There's this American thought that if you spend money, you should pay the bill. Well, there are certain governmental units in Illinois that don't follow that rule.
Are there any requirements that have to be in a package for you? I mean, you're talking about the Cross and the governor, but whatever comes out of that, does that mean you'll support anything that comes out of that agreement, or if there is one?
The reason that we're addressing this issue is the financial status of these pension systems and the drain on the state treasury. That's why we're here talking about it. And so my goal has been to work on all ideas to try and restore some fiscal stability to these pension systems and reduce that draw on the state treasury.
Mr. Speaker, one more question. Any comment on what appears to be some acrimony between Labor and the Democratic Party, longtime allies? They're out here saying you guys aren't doing right by them.
Democrats.
Well, we're trying to balance the budget. We're trying to improve the fiscal condition of the state of Illinois. People from organized labor are representing their people, and they ought to do that. And we ought to be busy about improving the fiscal condition of the state of Illinois. So it's just a natural conflict. It's going to be there. I don't think there's any long-term adverse implications that will come out of it.
Breaking promises? I mean, that's a pretty strong accusation on that big billboard.
Well, promises were made, but if you don't have the money to pay the promise, I think you have to step back, bring everybody together, talk reality, and look toward how we can restore some fiscal stability to the systems and to the state of Illinois.
Can you talk about Governor Quinn? His issue, I mean, his popularity in polling that I've seen, and I've heard legislative polling that's been done recently, he's not doing well at all in most of the legislative districts across the state. What does he need to do to improve his standing with voters?
I think he should do what he's doing, which is try to be a good governor, try to deal with all of these contentious issues, pensions being one, The condition of the Medicaid program, another. I mean, it was the governor that called upon reductions in the Medicaid program in the spring session. The legislature responded. We cut the program by $3 billion. So that's what he should do, and that's what he is doing. And I'm sure that it's his belief that that's what he should do. He should just be a good governor.
Among the 6 or 7 Republican gubernatorial wannabes right now, do you think there's anybody in that mix that could beat Quinn in an election?
The Republicans do a real good job of winning elections for Democrats, so I think they should keep it up.
So
Are you trying to keep the governor, or your members at all away from the governor during this campaign, distance themselves?
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm going to go in and be with the governor right now. So, Democrats are Democrats. You know, we don't naturally come together, but we survive.
Would you support a measure that would require you and other legislators to give more information about economic interests, kind of more detail on economic interest statements? Illinois is notoriously blank in that regard.
Well, speaking for myself, the Chicago Tribune has fully disclosed all of my economic interests. and they have the names of all my clients for the last 20 years, and they've researched those clients for 20 years, and they actually made a statement in one of those articles. They found no impropriety. Chicago Tribune.
Mr. Chairman,
how about for the rest of us, though? Should there be more information
You don't
given
believe
your
the
elected
Tribune?
officials?
Mr. Chairman, how do you believe the Ryan vice presidential nomination will, or selection will affect the national presidential race?
I think Ryan's a real good fit for Romney. Now the Republicans have 2 people detached from the ordinary American. You know, 2 people who live in their own world with no understanding or appreciation for what it's like to make a mortgage payment, pay tuition bills, provide for the elderly in the twilight of their lives. They're a real good fit, and I think they're going to be a big help to Barack Obama.
Speaker, back on Governor Quinn, do you see anybody within the Democratic Party mounting a credible primary challenge to him?
I think the Democrats will wait until after the general election, and then they'll start looking at their options.
You think he's a good governor?
Oh, I think he's done a good job under some really adverse circumstances. I mean, let's be honest. The guy came into office in the wake of Blagojevich, with all the problems that Blagojevich left. He came into office right as the financial meltdown was happening nationwide, which depressed our receipts by 25%. He's a Democrat who doesn't want to cut governmental services, and he's been called upon to do that. So, you know, you've got to give the guy credit. He inherited a real bad situation, and he's done his best.
How hard do you want to work for him over the next couple of years?
Oh, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to go issue by issue and give my best to those issues and to work with the personalities that are around the issues.
If he vetoes the gambling bill, do you think that there will be a successful override in the General Assembly?
No.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.